Yo, how's everybody doing today? I'm looking at my dog. I'm here in Florida and I'm trying to get more content out. Okay, so I don't have a studio. So what I'm doing is I'm going to try to talk over my articles and trying to get the information out. A lot of people learn more by visual and by hearing voice. So until I get my studio, which is probably going to be once I retire, I'm still going to try to pump out content because you know. I think it's important we get the word out as much as possible, okay? And it's free, so let's do it. Okay, staying debt free in your 20s. All right, the dog thinks I'm weird. Okay, so I don't really have a format for this yet, and I'll get into that over the days and the years as I try to pump this out. Okay, so I'll link to the article, read the article, grab the book. As you can see, it's a free book. All you gotta do is hit that button, download for free. It's amazing. It's a 7 book series. So grab all of them for free. Man, it's nice, right? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm kind of going to read through the article and expand on things that obviously you can't cover in 1,000 words. So um, your 20s are the most important part of your life, okay? Now, it's hard to focus in your 20s because your body is naturally focused on other things, right? So that's why men in particular become more successful in their 20s, or I'm sorry, in their 40s, because their sex drive goes down and they can focus, right? And the good thing about compounding is if you could just get a little money into your accounts or buy a house or whatever at a young age, the power of compounding will definitely kick in. So you have that extra 20 years instead of me, like me, waiting until 38 years old to get everything in motion. You can do that in your 20s, okay? So that's why if you can just get a little bit of this message, grab it and run with it just a little bit. I mean, if you could leave your 20s with 20K in dividends and dividend portfolio, man, you're ahead of the ball game. Okay. So the American dream costs $5 million. Okay, that's the article in a book. Grab it. All right. I have a chart in there about how much the American dream costs. And you say, oh, $5 million. Yeah, if you want to save for your retirement and your wife's retirement or your husband's retirement or whatever, that alone is going to be roughly 2.5 million each, and that gives you about 100K in retirement a month of income. I'm sorry, a year of income. All right, and then you talk about your kids' college, right? That's another 200, 300,000. You have a house, you have vacations, you have the wedding, you have private school. Man, it adds up real quick. Do you need all those things? No, but if you go into that mindset in your 20s that it's going to cost a lot of money, you'll be better off, or else you'll get in debt and get behind. All right, trust me, I've been there. Okay. Now, I read this book, The Two Income Trap. It's by Elizabeth Warren. It's a great book, but it tells us why we're struggling financially, right? When women came into the workforce, it was supposed to make things easier, but what happened is uh, society then grew to take all this extra income into account. So the suburbs, that's what the move to the suburbs was. We increased the price of income or the cost of housing, and now you needed 2 incomes just to afford a house. And as you see, even that's out of control now. Okay, you need like 3 incomes now, right? So that's a good book to read, but it puts us in a situation. So when the parents are focused on just paying for the house and surviving, they're not thinking about us kids, right? And then you leave the house broke with no support. Okay, your parents did the best they could. My parents did, and I did as a parent. Okay, because I didn't have the information. All right, now I have a quick story about a Marine. So I've been in the Marines 23 years, and I had a young 23-year-old guy, sergeant, getting out. He was going to San Diego, making 80K, and we pulled up all the numbers. Man, he was barely going to survive on 80K. All right, with his apartment and car and everything else. All right, so the world is tough right now for everybody. You have to use your head. Okay. You have to use your head on everything you do. Okay. So when you leave the house and you don't have any resources and you think that you're starting from zero, okay, that's financial adversity. Okay. Rich people have a plan for their kids. Okay. So, whatever you may feel about that statement, it is what it is. All right. They already have them set up for school. They already have them a job. They already have them a nest egg. They already have them real estate. If you don't have all those things, you're starting from zero. It's going to be tough. And so you're going to have to do things to get ahead that are going to make you uncomfortable. All right. Now, if you're not saving and investing 50% of your salary, okay, now think about that statement. If you make 60K out of school, out of college, you're not saving and investing 30K, how can you get your savings rate up? You need to do that at least to retire comfortably, say 50%. Okay. They're going to tell you, 10%, 15%. Got it. But that's and that's over a 45-year working time. Okay. 45 years. They're expecting you to work till 65. Do you want to work till 65? I don't. I'm 41 and I'm done, right? I got a few more years left. Okay. So to get to that 50%, this is what you need to do. You got to tackle these 4 things. Okay. In order. Housing cost. How do we reduce housing cost? First, we rent rooms. Okay. If you're the single person, rent a room. Okay. If you're making 60,000, yeah, you can afford a small apartment. Do you really need to live alone? Can you live with your parents? Can you rent a room for 600, 700 bucks? Live below your means for a little while. It's only a season, meaning the faster, earlier you quote unquote suffer or live below your means, the longer you have of living a great life. Okay. Put a money value on it. Hey, once I hit 100K in my dividend portfolio, then I'll rent an apartment. And then all the hard work's already done. Okay. Once the work is done, me and my wife are sitting close to almost 250,000 in the bank right now. Okay. In dividend portfolio. Okay. The hard work's done. I'm 41. She's younger. All right. We never had to save again. And that money is going to keep compounding. Dividends are going to keep growing. Okay. So the hard work's done. Now, if we wanted to, we can go out and be a bunch of clowns and buy new cars and do everything else. But that's not what we're about. And that's not what I'm talking about. However, by living below our means the last 3 years, we were able to get ahead, catch up and get ahead. Now we can know that the future is taken care of. Okay. We just got to keep walking the path. Okay. College cost. All right. There's a good book called Debt Free Degree. Okay. By Anthony O'Neill. Read that if you're struggling before you get a college degree, during your college degree. If you have student loan debt, okay, there's another book called Defeat Student Loan Debt, something. You have to do what it takes to get out of student loan debt. If you need to work 5 jobs, if you can get that stuff done in 2 or 3 years or by age 27, man, you're ahead of the game. All right. Do not put this stuff off. It's slowing us down, okay? Every time you pay debt, it's taken away from your future. Car cost. Now, this is a hard one. All right. I was in Japan for 2 years. And I came back and I did not realize how much people are in love with the cars here in America. I totally forgot. In Japan, we drive beat up cars. The military guys, we pay $1,000. Everybody's happy. Those same people, when they get back to the States, they buy $60,000, $70,000 cars. Why? So it proves to me that in the right environment, people don't care about the cars. But when we get to America, we want the nicest things. Okay. So if you're paying 70K, 60K for a car, anything over 30, anything over 20, in your 20s, anything over 10, all right, prepare for a hard time. Even if you pay for the car cash, still a liability, still taking money. It's draining resources, maintenance, insurance, registration. Okay. Still draining resources. Credit cards. Okay. I know in college, I mean, in your 20s, they hit you with these credit cards. Stay out of credit card debt. Stay out of credit card debt. Do not try to get the points. Do not try to overthink it. Stay out of credit card debt. Trust me, those things are suffocating. They will suffocate you. Because the thing about it is, your life, all you do is add stuff. All right? Not things, people. So you're going to start single. You're going to have a credit card. That's just for you. Say you got it up to 10,000. Add a spouse. Maybe they bring some debt in. Or now you have a new apartment or you buy a house. What do you need to do in there? Oh, I need to buy furniture. Oh, we need a driving lawnmower. Oh, we need to go to this venue, vacation, ring. Okay, then you got kids and they need yearbooks, clothes. What don't they need? Right? Then, parents, something happens, medical. It only gets worse with time. You're not going to think that you're going to have more money in the future, okay, if you don't prepare now. Okay. Don't think that, hey, I'm going to have 10,000 and I'll wait 10 years and I'll have a big lump sum of money. No. Okay. Trust me on this. I got up to me and my wife got up to like 30K in debt, in credit card debt combined. And it wasn't anything frivolous. It's just our first house was too expensive. All right. And so when you're paying that much for your house, you don't really realize it, but those costs are accumulating on your credit card. So we weren't living below our means. We're living right above our means, actually. Okay. So that's where that all came out. That's why I'm letting you guys know, hey, I lived this life. Okay. I got there. We got married 2006. We were hanging out. We got a house that was too expensive, right? We were just traveling, nothing crazy. We were traveling from Arizona to Las Vegas or San Diego. We're not spending a lot of money. Had used cars, paid off cars, everything, right? But things come up. The refrigerator breaks, AC unit goes out. I had to go to another tour in South Carolina, so I was living another life. So I had a whole nother, $1,000 a month on that side, right? So my wife, between us moving, she didn't have her job for a certain amount of time, right? So these things happen. Okay, cars definitely break down and everything else. All right, so it just kind of racks up, and we're kind of just putting it off. We didn't take it seriously, putting it off, thinking that, looking at the military pay scale, that eventually you'll make enough money to pay everything off. It doesn't work that way. You have to make intentional moves. Meaning, we got roommates. Meaning, we started living below our means. Meaning, we budgeted down to the penny, right? And then I started investing dividends. Okay, and then, yeah, and within 2 years, everything got extremely better. Okay, now besides getting roommates, house hacking, just some other things. Start a business. What does that mean? Hey, if I'm old 41 trying to do YouTube, that means you can too. That's content creation, blogging. All right, these things take years to get started, but if you do it in your 20s, by your 40s, you're making 10, 15, 20, 30, 40,000 a month just off these things that you put in work. Okay, obviously investing for dividends. Okay, but there's all kinds of business you can start. Um, Car business, farm, um, dog walking, whatever you want to do, whatever you love, just jump in, help people. Okay. That's what the entrepreneur website is, or I'm sorry, mindset is, helping people. If you put people first, you will get ahead. If you add value, if you listen and you hear the same problem 3 times, that means there's a deficiency in the ecosystem that you can fill. There's a need, right? People can't find a car wash. People can't find washer dryers. People can't find people that cut lawns, right? Um, there's tutoring on base for math, and you're good at math, right? All these things are invaluable to you. Okay. So to summarize, all right. So again, this is my first time talking to the screen. So let me know what you think. I don't have my comments open because I don't have enough time to read them. But you can go into my Facebook group and let me know. And I'm just going to keep pumping out content. I'm going to try to do, 1, 2, 3 a week so that I get the information out there. Yeah, it's crappy and it's not the best, but I'm not a YouTuber, guys. I'm a writer. So, but your main goal in your 20s, set a number, no debt, plus 20K, even that's perfect, right? But if you get really serious before you get married, try to get $1,000 in income ready before you get married. That way you can choose if your spouse needs to work or not. Okay, that thousand a month in dividends will pay for, whatever you need to. Okay, and it'll keep growing. But here you go, right here. No matter how much you make, you could be ahead of anybody. Right? A plumber could be ahead of a doctor. It's not about how much you make. It's the difference. Okay, wealth is the difference between income and expenses. All right. So if you're making 75K and you're only spending 40K, and you have 35K a year to invest, and the doctor's making 200K and spending 200, the plumber wins, right? No matter which way you shake it. Now, the doctor might have a nicer house, but his stress level is 10,000. Okay. So look, we can't blame the parents or the educational system. The information's out there. Whether you choose to invest in the information is up to you. All right. I did, and trust me, I sleep well at night knowing I have money coming in besides my paycheck. I'm in charge of my rents, and I can increase rents. I can uh, get a higher dividend yield. I can pump up more books and more YouTube videos, all right, to increase my financial position on top of jobs and everything else. So, yeah, download the book. I like that red color. Also, I'm starting to do a behind the scenes on how I create book covers and write. So if you're interested in that content creation, it's in the same channel. So just stay there and look for that as well, because it's important. Okay, a lot of people don't think they're creative, so I'm letting you know behind the scenes my creative intent, right? How I create every day, every day for 2 years. So I got 600 books, right? So this is what I do every day. I'm gonna try to throw this in there as well, some more voice work. All right. With that being said, I'm off. Bye.